I fell hook, line, and sinker for a telephone scam. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, hello! I'm Dr. Julian Northbrook from DoingEnglish.com, and as the title of this video suggests, I fell hook, line, and sinker for a telephone scam. And this video is not really going to be anything to do with learning English, but I kind of want to share this story, partly because I think it's important to share this kind of thing. It serves as a good warning to other people, and it also spreads awareness of this kind of problem, this kind of scam. But I also think it's, it's good to share these kind of weird experiences and stories in our lives anyway. And although yesterday I was in a total panic about it because it happened yesterday at the time of filming, I'm now kind of laughing about it and at my own stupidity. But let me tell you what happened, and it's kind of an interesting one because I think normally I would never have fallen for this, but it happened at a time when several different pieces came together, circumstantial, coincidental happenings kind of all came together at exactly the right time to put me in a position where I actually just totally believed this telephone scam. So to give you a little bit of background, yesterday I had a meeting totally unrelated to the scam, of course, but I had a meeting and it was quite a distressing conversation. And when we finished that, I was a little bit upset, a little bit stressy, not really in my right frame of mind. Then 10 minutes later, my phone rang, and without even looking at the number, I just picked it up. And as I picked it up, I got an automated phone message saying that my public services number, which is kind of like your national insurance number here in Ireland, had been suspended due to suspected criminal activity, and that I had to contact the public services immediately to get it sorted out because the police were investigating this suspected criminal activity, and that if I didn't get it sorted out immediately, I risked having a police warrant issued about it. And I'm kind of laughing at this now because it sounds absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why would the police issue a warrant on the behalf of the public services people? It's just not how it would happen. But at the time yesterday, again, you've got to understand I was a bit upset anyway, and I wasn't in my right frame of mind. And when I heard this message, it just really exacerbated the panic and just put me into an even worse state of mind. And I was really kind of panicking about this, thinking, oh my God, I've done something, something's happened. And actually, it was plausible that something could have happened. And this is where the circumstantial situation kind of comes in, something that was totally unrelated, but just happened to be at exactly the right time for this scam call to have made me feel it was believable. I changed my legal name fairly recently, and that's a story for another day. And then a couple of days ago, I also booked my COVID-19 vaccine online. And of course, I had to give my public services number to be able to do that. So I was actually thinking that it was plausible because, well, I've just changed my name, all this paperwork's still sort of in the system. What must have happened is there's two names in the system and that's triggered something, and they've believed that there's some kind of fraud going on because of that. So again, for me, it felt plausible and I just totally believed it. And in this automated message, they said you've got to speak to an agent immediately. You can contact them yourself, or if you hit 1 now, we will connect you directly to the agent to speak to. And I'm just like, I've got to sort this out right away. I don't want to get into any kind of legal trouble. I don't know what's happened here. I've got to sort this out. So I just hit 1. And then I'm connected to an agent. And I'm totally believing the entire thing. And he's asking for personal information. And I gave my name. Then he wants to know my address. This is where I got very, very lucky because my situation now is quite complicated. I've just changed my name and I don't have a permanent address. I live in Airbnbs and therefore I'm moving around a lot. So I asked a question. I said, well, I don't have a permanent address at the moment. Should I give you where I am right now? And as I asked that question, the line went dead. It just cut off. And I thought, oh, the signal's really bad in here. We've got disconnected. I'll call him right back. And I'm trying to call back this number, but it doesn't work. I'm just getting a message saying we cannot connect to this number. And I'm thinking, that's weird. I don't know what's happening with this. So I went on Google and I Googled the situation. And far from information about who I should contact that I was expecting, of course, I got an entire page of warnings in the search results about this particular scam. And it took me like 2 seconds to look at some of them and realize, fuck, I've just fallen for this scam. This is exactly what just happened. 10 seconds later, I had my jacket on and I was already on my way to the local Garda station. Garda being the police. It comes from Irish Gaelic, and that's what they call the police here, the Garda, or in English, the guards. And I went to the police station, and a very kind, very patient guard or police lady sat me down, took my statement, explained everything to me, how this is a scam and that people have fallen for it, and took all of my, again, statement and information and everything, gave me a very, very stern talking to and told me how stupid it is to ever give your public services number to somebody on the phone. She said it's like the equivalent of, giving somebody your credit card details on the phone. Like, who's this person who's just called me? I don't know. Give them my credit card details. And that would be more obvious. But apparently these people can actually use your public services number to do some pretty nefarious shit, which ultimately leads to them, I don't know, somehow getting money from it, or I don't know, blackmailing you. I don't know how they actually do it. I don't know the details of it. But apparently if you in the wrong hands, your public services number can be used to do some pretty dodgy stuff. And it was very, very lucky that I didn't, because in that state on the phone, totally believing the whole thing, I would have just given it to them, because I totally believed I was talking to a real public services agent. And yeah, I got very lucky. Ironically, it's because of this complicated situation that I've got that I fell hook, line and sinker for this particular scam. But at the same time, because of my complicated situation, the police lady explained, like, these scammers are just not going to be bothered with that. It's just too much bloody hassle for them. So that's why they basically hung up. I thought it had just cut off. They obviously just hung up. And I basically got away with having given them nothing but my name, which they can't really do anything with. So, I had a bit of a lucky escape there. But do be careful of these things. I mean, these scams do happen. They do exist. Again, normally in my normal state of mind, I probably would have thought, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. But the call came in at just the right time, with the right circumstances where it seemed plausible, because I've just changed my name and because I just booked a COVID vaccine with my number, and therefore 2 names in the system, perhaps it's triggered something. I was also, again, kind of a bit upset because of a previous phone call, and it was just the perfect timing, and I fell for it completely. Do be careful. These things happen. The police lady, again, told me off and told me I was very, very stupid for even, considering giving somebody a public services number on the telephone. She said, you just must never, ever do that. And that was fair. I deserved that telling off, to be sure. But luckily, no damage done, no harm done. I got away with it. Do be careful. Is really what I want to say in this video. Be aware of these things. They exist, and they happen, and people do fall for it. So be vigilant. Be careful. Don't trust people. And by the way, it came in on an 087 number, which, should have been the first big red flag, but I didn't even look at the number. I just picked it up. She also said, anything like that is never going to come from on a random number like that, which now to me sounds completely obvious. But again, I totally fell for it, totally believed it. I never, ever believed I would fall for one of these scams, these email scams are just ridiculous, like the things that people send you. But I would never, ever thought I would fall for a telephone scam like that. And again, I got lucky, nothing, no harm done. But the point is I totally and utterly did fall for it, and I feel a bit stupid for that. Anyway, I'm pretty much ranting now and repeating myself. So yeah, be careful is what I'm trying to say in this video. For me, at least now, I guess I have an interesting story to tell. A bit of an embarrassing one, but hey, a story to tell all the same. I'm sure you've got lots of stories of your own to tell as well. But the question is how good are you at telling those stories in English, or indeed at speaking in English in general? If you struggle with that, I can help. And a good place to start would be doingenglish.com/emails. Sign up for my free daily email tips for speaking better English at about 8 a.m. Island time every single day. That's 7 days a week. Unless I miss a day, which does happen sometimes, but not often. You will get an email tip from me, packed with all kinds of ideas, stories, anecdotes, and cool stuff for improving in English, alongside, of course, the chance to join my coaching courses. Right, this is me and Dr. Julian Northbrook. Yes, I've just been scammed. Signing out from this video. Stay vigilant, guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.